It was the greatest night of my life. It was the best. It was really hyped, and like I've never experienced anything like this before.
Namish Khatri played varsity basketball for the first time in his life last night.
Yes, shoot it again, buddy. Come on. Yes.
It was one game featuring one incredible moment.
As I made it, after hearing everyone, after hearing the crowd, the student section, the bench energy, the coaches, it was just phenomenal.
Namish is a foreign exchange student from Pakistan and a senior at DCG. He's played basketball at home before, but nothing quite like this.
Now, as I've learned to actually what to do, like it makes it more fun and it makes it more playable. So I can just go back home and tell my friends how to do it, and which will eventually make the sport more popular and make it better for everyone.
When Namish returns to Pakistan this summer, he'll have a new highlight to show his friends and a mind full of memories about his time at Dallas Center Grimes.
It's just that it's been a great time. I've made great friends. Everybody has been great to me, and I'm just really thankful for all that.
All right, welcome to Dallas Center Grimes High School, where we have sub-state final action between Dallas Center Grimes Mustangs and the Pella Dutch. Game 2 go to the state tournament, Pat.
Yeah, championship basketball doesn't get any better than right now. Sweet 16, this is where we're at. Final 8, get to go to the Casey Center.
Right, so Dallas Center Grimes comes in ranked number 2 in Class 4A and are ranked 20 with a 20-2 record, finished number 1, tied for number 1 in the Little Hawkeye Conference with an 11-1 record. Pella comes in at 13-8 on the season. They finished 4th in the Little Hawkeye Conference with a 7-5 record. So these teams have played one another a lot, Pat. DCG leads the series 22-7. And that's since 2012. DCG won 76-48 back on January 16th, and then they won 53-26 on February 13th. You could look at those scores, Pat, and you can, adhere to the old adage, it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in one season. And you could look at those scores and maybe think the game's already done, but there's a reason we play the games.
Yeah, there's no doubt, and I can tell you the coaching staff for the Mustangs are not taking this game lightly at all, and neither is the Pella Dutch right there. So you look at it, and the things to win this game for either team, the big 3 are going to have to be huge. Walk up, Long, Parks, they're going to have to be huge today. They're going to have to get what they get out of them normally, plus a little bit more, because this is championship level basketball. For the Mustangs, it's really going to be, it's going to be Bowens, it's going to be Addie Abens, it's going to be Heigerken, it's going to be those guys that are going to end up winning this game. Meyer, the big 3, if you want to call them right there. You expect to get that now, and you're going to need to get that, but it's going to be the others that are going to be on the boards. They're going to be blocking shots. They're going to be getting dirty and things like that. That's what it's going to take for the Mustangs to come out here with another solid win.
All right, so you mentioned Walkup, Long, and Parks. They're leading scorers for Pella. Walkup averaging 11.5 points per game, Long with 9.2, and Avery Parks with 7.1. Rebounding for the Dutch, Michaela Vincent leads the way with 5.6, Emma Walkup 4.6, and Cameron Long with 3.2. In the assist department, Emma Walkup 2.8 assists per game, Cameron Long 1.6, and Avery Parks 1.4. On the other side, for the Mustangs, Macy Meyer leading the way, points per game 14.2, followed by Ava Smid at 12.4 and Leah Brauch at 9.6. Rebounding is Ava Smids coming in at 7, and then behind her Nia Bowens with 3.1 and Tessa Jones with 3.0. With the assists, you might be surprised, it's not her point guard, it's Ava Smid. She's averaging 3.3 assists per game, but right on her heels, Macy Meyer with 2.8 and Leah Brauch with 2.6. So when we look at these teams and how they match up against one another, Dallas Center Grimes outpacing the Dutch for effective field goal percentage. Dallas Center Grimes with 53.9 and the Pella Dutch just at 42.8. But when it comes to rebounding, Pella's out-rebounding Dallas Center Grimes. And, it'll be interesting. I think that could be a key to the game for the Dutch today is if they can limit Dallas Center Grimes to one possession.
Yeah, and that's really in any game that we've ever played. the ones that have given us problems, we have not been able to rebound the basketball and get extra possessions. You go down on the other side and you give up multiple possessions, and that really becomes challenging. That is not a winning recipe to move on to the next game.
Well, there's a reason that they play the games, Pat. We get to this point, like you mentioned, championship basketball. This is a trip to the state tournament at the Casey Center is on the line tonight. Winner goes on to state, one of the top 8 teams then in the state. And for the loser, the season is over. And when you think about seniors on both squads, right, how they want to finish, and I feel like it's not March yet, but we're getting pretty darn close. Yeah. And we know in March there can be madness, which means any given night. The reason we play the games, anyone can come on top on any given night. It's going to take shooting. It's going to take sometimes the ball and the calls going your way and a little bit of luck.
Yep.
But any team can make a run at this time of the season. So,
I watched the Pella team kind of do their thing in warm-ups. They're dropping a lot of threes.
Yep.
And, obviously, like you said, they're not guarded. But on January 6th, DCG loses to Norwalk 32-47. That's a 15-point loss. Since that time, for the Mustangs to be able to achieve their goals, they couldn't lose a game for the rest of the year. Because you want to win the conference. You got to figure Norwalk's probably not going to lose another game there, so you can't count on that. Then you got to go to Norwalk and win that game at Norwalk, which the Mustangs did. They followed that up. Then you get to regional basketball like you got right now, and it's lose or go home. So you look at the last 3 games that the Mustangs have played, we have outscored those opponents by 130 points. Wow. There hasn't been much of a test for this team, and that should be something that I am concerned about, because once you start getting hit in the mouth a couple times, how are you going to respond? Could you remember what it was like 3.5 weeks ago when it was a battle and you had to get a score and you had to get a stop? That's what they got to start doing right now, no matter what the score is focus on that defensive intensity and make sure that you're doing the job and you're dictating pace.
Absolutely. So Mustangs with just 2 losses on the season. One of those, as you mentioned, to Norwalk, who they tied and they were co-champions with in the Little Hawkeye Conference, were able to avenge that loss later in the season. And then also to, at the time, ranked number 5 in Class 5A, Iowa City High, was that other loss. So they've challenged themselves this season. They're number 2 in the state as we come into this game, and again 20-2. But Pella doesn't care about that, Pat. Pella doesn't care that you're 20-2 and that you've only had 2 losses, and that you were the conference champion. All they know is that they want to go to state, and you're in the obstacle in their way.
Well, they're also looking at, like, if I can get by this game right here tonight, we are going to the state tournament.
Yeah.
That's the mentality that when you're playing right now, we're going to the state tournament, and that's going to be our game. We're going to create the havoc and the chaos, like you say. I mean, what better story would there be in high school basketball? You'll be on every news outlet there.
Yeah, that's why we play the games. That's what makes this an exciting time of year. We want to thank some of our sponsors who made this tonight's live stream possible. We have 3 sponsors tonight. The first is Schaefer's Auto Body. Schaefer's Auto Body has been servicing the central Iowa area for more than 40 years. They're the largest independently owned collision repair center in Iowa, with over 200 repairs a month in more than 76 work bays. Their 57,000 square foot facility allows for over 22 highly trained technicians, mechanics, estimators, and cleaning specialists to take care of all your collision repair and general automotive repair needs. Schaefer's Auto Body is proud to provide a lifetime written warranty on all collision repairs, valid for as long as you own a vehicle. What a deal. So whether you need your vehicle restored after an accident or are looking for a reputable auto repair facility, Schaefer's Auto Body is here to help. You can get all the information you need at schaefersautobody.com. We're also sponsored tonight by Grimes Plaza Veterinary Clinic. We're proud to be sponsored by them. Their family-owned veterinary clinic right here in Grimes. Their experienced team offers compassionate care for pets of all ages, from preventative wellness exams and vaccinations to surgical services and tailored health plans. You can learn more about them at grimesvet.com. And lastly, our DCG Track and Field Club. They're a U.S. track and field youth club open to 2nd grade through 12th grade boys and girls interested in competitive track and field offering. While it's a competitive club, coaches continually emphasize effort over result. And their 2026 season runs April till June. Practice beginning here in April, so registration is happening now. You can get more info at www.dcgtrackfieldclub.com. We'll go down to the floor now for player introductions.
The IGHSAU promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated in the grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to enjoy the game. Tonight's officials are assigned by the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union are Kevin Schultz, J.C. Slaughter, and Tyler Vanderloo. Folks at Student Line at Bakeries in Pella and at European Tasting and Grinds. People there are kind and patient. If we can do it there, let's do it here. Let these guys do their job and leave them alone. Tonight's athletic trainer from Athletico is Kaylee Curlin. And now, let's meet our guests, the Dutch from Pella. Starting in guard, 5'4" junior, number 1, Riley Parks. At forward, a 6'1" junior, number 2, Michaela Vincent. At guard, a 5'4" senior, number 3, Emerson Logan. At guard, a 5'4" junior, number 10, Avery Parks. And at guard, a 5'5" junior, number 22, Emma Wahab. Assistant coaches for the Dutch are Brett Bell, Morgan Hurst, Sophia Reynolds, and Joe Van Heat. Head coach for Pella, Blaine Forsyth. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for our Allison Grimes Mustangs. At guard, 5'4" senior, number 2, Leo Rowe. At 7 junior, number 10, Casey Meyer. At forward, 5'11" sophomore, number 12, Ava Smith. At forward, 5'10" junior, number 14, Abby Abrams. And at guard, 5'7" junior, number 34, Tessa Jones. Assistant coaches for the Mustangs are Hugh Nisley, Rich Foster, Jayla Raymond, and Jayla Hunter. Head coach for DCG, Adam Jones. Now, please stand if you're able and join in the playing of our national anthem.
All right, we're welcome to Dallas Center Grimes High School to the stable for championship basketball sub-state final game tonight between the Dallas Center Grimes Mustang, currently number 2 in Class 4A with a 20-2 record, versus Pella Dutch, 13-8. This game is to determine who goes to the state tournament. These two have seen a lot of one another over the years. Since 2012, DCG leads the series 22-7. They met up twice so far this season. Back on January 16th, Dallas Center Grimes won 76-48. And on February 13th, Dallas Center Grimes won 53-26. Starters for the Dutch: number 1, Riley Parks; number 2, Michaela Vincent; number 3, Emerson Wogan; number 10, Avery Parks; and number 22, Emma Walkup. For the Mustangs, in the white jerseys, moving left to right on your screen, number 2, Leah Brauch; number 10, Macy Meyer; number 12, Ava Smid; number 14, Addie Abens; and number 34, Tessa Jones. Steal there by the Dutch. Shot on the other end, no good. Rebound, Mustangs, as they go then now the other way. Macy Meyer on the outside.
Massive amount of pressure right now. That's the MO right there. Pressure the heck out of that ball. You got nothing to lose if you're the Dutch.
Yeah, great strategy here by the Dutch. Coach Blaine Forsyth. 15 seconds left on the shot clock. Macy Meyer on the outside. 3-point basket by Meyer. No. Rebound, Smid.
Nice.
She kicks it out, finds Meyer again. 3-point bucket. That's a 3-point basket by Macy Meyer.
Yeah, 50% right there, right now, 3-point line. That's huge. Those threes go. That will start the onslaught right here of points you hope for the Mustangs.
Baseline drive, Avery Parks, kick it back out. Emerson Wogan. It's tapped away by Tessa Jones. Mustangs cause the turnover. Tessa Jones cross court. Macy Meyer for 3 again. Up and yes, another 3-point basket by Macy Meyer, and timeout there for the Dutch. We'll take this moment to thank the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union.
The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union reminds you to practice good sportsmanship at all times, support your athlete and team positively, and enjoy the game.
That's right. So, Pat, as we look at the score now, 6-0, 6:37 left to go in this first quarter. We see the strategy on the Dutch is let's increase the intensity, defensive pressure.
Yeah, that's something that was not done. You know, in those first couple of games that they played, you kind of set back and whatever. Boy, they really got into the mindset of the Mustangs right out of the gate when they come through and get that first steal of the game.
Absolutely. Inbound the ball to Emma Walkup as they now cross the line. Riley Parks. She's lost her dribble, looking ahead. Back to Walkup. Baseline drive, no. Rebound. Leah Brauch, rebound underneath, and there's a foul. So Dutch were trying to tie up the ball there.
Yeah, and you got the 6'1" Pella Dutch tree sitting in there right there, blocking about everything that's coming in. She's 6'1". She is the biggest kid on the floor for both teams.
So foul is charged to Michaela Vincent for the Dutch, her team first of the quarter. Leah Brauch, ball up top, off to Tessa Jones. They're in a zone defense. Up top, Ava Smid, crossover. She looks to kick it out. Macy Meyer kicks out to Addie Abens, baseline drive.
Nice job. And there's your
Finds
three-pointer
Tessa Jones
right there.
For 3, and another 3-point bucket there by Tessa Jones.
Those are the types of winning plays right there with, you know, the pass getting kicked out right there. Addie Abens with the great pass.
Yeah, good ball movement there by the Mustangs. And Macy Meyer shoots the passing lane and gets the coast-to-coast. So bucket by Meyer. Mustangs lead 11-0.
The intensity right now for the Mustangs is massive.
Which is something that I think that you could have been concerned about, right?
They've
already defeated this team twice this year.
Yeah, and you can get comfortable real quick in some of these games. But right now, the will that they have and everything they do, if they keep this up for that 48 Des Moines next week.
Leah Brauch with a 3, and there's another 3-point basket by Leah Brauch. So that's 4 3-pointers so far. Nice pass ahead there to Vincent. She's fouled.
That is this is not an unusual situation for the Mustangs right here. I like the fact it doesn't matter what's going on down on the one side of the court right here. Pella Dutch continue to get right back, and they beat us down court. Those are the little things in the game that can't happen if you want to win at the next level.
Michaela Vincent at the line. She makes the first. Got some substitutions coming into the game. For the Dutch, number 4, Cameron Long, and number 20, Julia Settles. For the Mustangs, number 20, Anaya Bowens, and number 24, Paisley Heigerken.
The energy for the Mustangs is huge right now. You bring in Bowens and Heigerken, and it's only going to get more now.
Rebound there by Settles. Her shot's up. No rebound. Smid. Now Mustangs go the other way. Up ahead, Tessa Jones handles the pass and the bucket.
Absolute best pass of the year, of the career of Ava Smid right there. That thing was on a rope.
Avery Parks drives down, kicks it back out. Dutch will set up in their offense. Looking to get into Vincent. Tipped away. And then Vincent fouls Smid. So that is going to be 2 on Michaela Vincent. That's her second of the quarter for the Dutch. So substitution as Vincent's going to need to leave the game. That 12, Carly Altwine, is coming in for Pella.
This is what happened in the first game here. Vincent had to go out, and the Mustangs ended up going on a run because they were able to get in the paint and then score inside.
Leah Brauk, she kicks out to Ava Smid, back to Brauk. Cross-court pass, Ava Smid. She drives, spins to the middle, dumps to far side to Bowens, can't handle the pass, kicks it out, Tessa Jones. And out now to Leah Brauk in the corner. And again, 3-point basket by Leah Brauk.
Now,
okay, that's 5.
You know, and we better start keeping track because I think 15 is the record. At this pace, we're going to set a record that won't ever be touched.
Drive there by Cameron Long. Foul is
that
called.
That better be out of bounds. That can't be a foul. What?
Foul is called on Tessa Jones, her first,
wow.
Team second. Checking in for the Mustangs, returning to the game, number 10, Macy Meyer, and number 14, Addie Abens. Dutch inbound to Avery Parks. Baseline drive, she kicks it out. A little bit too much on that pass, and Mustangs able to get the steal. Mustangs running. Macy Meyer, dump pass to Paisley Heigerken for the bucket and the foul. So Heigerken, that bucket will count. She was fouled. Number 20, Julia Settles, with the foul for the Dutch. That's her first, team third. Heigerken will go to the line to complete the 3-point play.
I have been waiting for this level of intensity and focus all season long. If you can keep this up for 4 quarters, that will be huge.
Heigerken gets the free throw. Mustangs lead 22-1, 3:26 left to go here in this first quarter.
Defense is excellent.
Deep 3 by Emma Walkup. Rebound, Mustangs. Looking ahead. Ooh, thread the needle. Able to get that off. Something to maybe watch.
Yeah.
Perhaps that's not going to work.
Yeah, you can do that when you're up 22-1.
Macy Meyer for 3. This time's off the mark. Rebound, Walkup.
Yeah, Pella coach like, finally they missed one.
Walkup. Kicks it out. Carly Altwine.
Those are so hard to catch when you think it's going to catch some rim and it doesn't get any, and that ball gets you so fast. There's nothing you can do on rebounds like that.
We saw that out of our Cyclones over the weekend.
Yeah, for sure.
Number 1, Riley Parks checks back into the game for the Dutch. Tipped off Leah Brauk, but then it hits Parks on the way out, and so it is going to be Mustang ball. Taken out on the side. 2:42 left to go here in this quarter. Let's see Mustangs set up in their half-court offense now. We haven't had many opportunities to do that. Good off-ball movement. Macy Meyer with the ball. Kicking out, Leah Brauk. They'll reset up to Abens up top. Now to Heigerken, looking for Bowens down low. travel. Shuffled her feet, so turnover Mustangs. Again, Pella in the black jerseys, moving right to left on your screen. Mustangs in white. Carly Altwine with the ball up top. Defended by Abens. Altwine up, blocked by Abens.
That
Bowens
is
grabs that.
excellent defense out of Addie Abens right there. A smaller kid going through. She is moving so well laterally. That's a tough guard.
Yeah, it's tough when you're moving like that to get a block. So well done there, Addie. Macy Meyer.
Woo!
Defended very well by Avery Parks. She took that ball away, and I think it's going to be a foul on Heigerken as they were going for that loose ball. It is. So Paley Heigerken picks up her first foul. Team's third of the quarter. Emerson Wogan checking in for the Dutch. Also checking in for the Mustangs, number 23, Taya Jones. Cameron Long, high off the glass, rebound Abens. Gets it to Meyer. Foul on the floor. Foul's going to be on number one, Riley Parks, her first. Team fourth of the quarter, checking back in for the Mustangs, number 12, Ava Smid.
This is where the depth really helps the Mustangs. When you get this kind of pace game, man, we've got several kids in there that can get out there and go.
Up to Heigerken, batted away there by Parks as she's doing a nice job defending. And then again, Julia Settles, she knocks the pass away, so it's off the Dutch. Mustangs will inbound the ball on the side.
I love how the Dutch are going all out on defense. They're trying to get into every passing lane, pressure every pass, see if you can't get steals. That's what it's going to take here over the next minute of this quarter.
Taya Jones with the ball on the outside. Passes into traffic. Steal by Altwine. She's going the other way. Pulls it out. Kicks out to Julia Settles. Shot is off.
Yeah.
Foul is off. Number 3, Emerson Wogan, so it will be Mustang ball.
Full court man. I love this right here. We're not going to sit back. I don't care what the score is. We're going to be in there the whole time. We're going to play that 48 minutes the whole time, 32 minutes.
Smid into Abens. Crossover. Back out. It's to Meyer. 17 on the shot clock. Kicks out. Paisley Heigerken into Addie Abens. She takes it all the way around. High off the glass. She's fouled. So the shot doesn't drop, but she is fouled by Julia Settles, who that's her second foul. Team 5th of the quarter. So Mustangs will be shooting from here on out, but just 26.3 seconds left to go. Addie Abens at the line. Makes the first. First point of the night for Addie Abens. Substitution, nope, coming in for a shooter. So Addie Abens for her second. And it's good. So substitution now for the Mustangs, number 2, Leah Brauch, re-entering. 24-1, 26.3 left to go here in this first quarter. Emerson Wogan bringing the ball up. She gets it to Altwine. Back out now to Settles. Over to Long. Long drive to the hoop, up off the glass. She's fouled. That's going to be 2 now on Paisley Heigerken. Team 4th of the quarter. It'll put Long on the line. 9.9 seconds left in the quarter. Long makes the first. Lefty. Checking in for the Dutch, number 22, Emma Walkup. Walkup makes the second. So as Brauk is driving to the hoop, there is a foul. Foul's on number 1, Riley Parks, her second. That'll put Leah Brauk on the line.
That was strange because the ball was already against the wall when the foul was called. It was strange. Brauk lost that ball and then was able to pick up that foul.
Very rare miss there from the free throw line by Leah Brauk.
Yeah,
and
she's 90% free throw shooter.
Tessa Jones checks back in for the Mustangs. Brauk makes that second half-court shot. Doesn't fall. So that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Dallas Center Grimes leading 25-3.
That was the best quarter that I've seen out of that Mustangs team maybe in 3 years. Students involved in educational activities often have many healthier behaviors leading to a better physical and mental health. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and National Federation of State High School Associations thanks you for your support of student athletes across Iowa.
We want to thank tonight's game sponsors who helped make this live stream possible, Schaefer's Auto Body. They've been servicing Central Iowa, the area, for more than 40 years. They're the largest independently owned collision repair center in Iowa with over 200 repairs a month in more than 76 work bays. They're proud to provide a lifetime warranty on all collision repairs valid for as long as you own the vehicle. So whether you need a vehicle restored or looking for a reputable auto repair facility, Schaefer's Auto Body is here for you. You can find out more at schaefersautobody.com. Our second sponsor is Grimes Plaza Veterinary Clinic. They're a proud sponsor and a family-owned veterinary clinic right here in Grimes, Iowa. Their experienced team offers compassionate care for pets of all ages. Clients consistently praise the friendly, knowledgeable vets and staff. You can learn more at grimesvet.com. Lastly, the DCG Track and Field Club is a USA Track and Field youth club open to 2nd through 12th grade boys and girls interested in competitive track and field offering. Their season's about to begin, so registration is open now at dcgtrackfieldclub.com. So we've kicked off this second quarter, and I do notice that Michaela Vincent is back in the game, which is a good sign for the Dutch, even though she does have 2 fouls, so they'll need to watch that. I'm Christine Megason alongside Pat O'Brien. Dallas Center Grimes leading 25-3 as we start this second quarter. Ball's into Vincent. She gets it back out to Parks. Parks drive to the hoop, spins, blocked by Smid. Abens with the ball. It's knocked away by Parks. Or Wogan, excuse me, and there's a jump ball. So Mustangs will retain possession.
Yeah, I think that, when you get 2 kids on you like that, and they're going after that ball, you're not going to be able to dribble your way out of that trap.
Macy Meyer, but with the ball. But credit Pella, because they know that Dallas Center Grimes is so used to as soon as that rebound, is up for grabs, Mustangs are just sprinting down the floor. Well, So then the defenders stay up, and that person who gets the ball all of a sudden is outnumbered.
Hello.
So I love
that. Come on back and help me out.
I love that strategy there. Okay, ball tapped away by, looks like number 10, Avery Parks there defensively. So Mustangs needing to take care of the ball.
Yeah, so going forward, passes with no juice on them are going to get squeezed, and you're not going to be able to get those to go through any defense going forward.
Yeah, I think after all of those different, jump ball and then the ball knocked out of bounds between Mustangs, completely forgot about the shot clock. And I was right there with them.
Yeah, I did too, until the student section over here was counting it down. They should have started at 5 instead of 3.
Yeah, exactly. So walk up and gets it back up then to Vincent from the corner. Walk up 3, no good. Rebounded by Meyer. She gets it to Jones, and then now up to Smid. Smid looking back out to Meyer. 3-point bucket.
God, the defense is really, really good right now for the for the Dutch. They get up, they try to block a shot, and they go right back at it again.
Yeah, Avery Parks, really nice job there on Macy Meyer as she recovered from that ball fake. But there is a foul now on Ava Smid as she's driving to the basket. That's Riley Parks. It is her third foul, first team foul of the quarter. So, but Dutch in foul trouble here in a couple of instances. Parks with 3, Vincent with 2, Settles with 2.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because all of their fouls are basically within 2 kids.
That's Ava Smid's first point of the game.
The Mustangs were 2 minutes basically into the second quarter, and the Mustangs have not given up a basket field goal yet.
Yeah, all free throws. Avery Parks kicked out to Long. Back to Walkup. To Wogan.
There you go.
Those long arms of Ava Smid at the point of that zone defense. Once again, causing problems for opponents. Macy Meyer for 3. That's up. That's good. That's another 3-point basket by Macy Meyer. Third of the night for her.
Yeah. Wow. Heigerken comes back in. She's got 2 fouls for the Mustangs, but this is a game that you can't leave anything else out there. You got to go after every ball, every scrap, everything there is.
Yeah, number 11, Bryn Paulson in the game, and returning number 12, Carly Altline for the Mustangs, Paisley Heigerken, and Anaya Bowens. Nice pass up ahead to Bowens, and basket for Anaya.
And that was patience. Let the double team come, throw it to the middle, and it's wide open on the backside. Excellent job out of the Mustangs breaking that press.
Cross court. Back to Altline. To Long. Drive up to the hoop, up off the glass. She's fouled. So
I'll tell you, that one, there was a lot more body contact on the one that went around the first time than there was on that one there.
So that's 2 fouls now for Tessa Jones, first of the quarter for the Mustangs. So we have Jones with 2 fouls, Heigerken with 2 fouls. Long will go to the line. She made 2 free throws earlier, makes this one.
Yeah, their aggressiveness to the basket and drive that ball is what's allowing them to score. Obviously, they need to really buckle down on the defensive side because they're at that point now where they might, if they give up 8 more points to get to 40, I mean, it's a game over.
Long makes the second. Dalston Grimes now leading 32-5. Just a little over 5 minutes left here in this second quarter. Macy Meyer has checked back into the game for the Mustangs. Down into the post, Anaya Bowens. Up off the glass.
Man, there you
Great
go.
move there, Anaya Bowens. And, you know, obviously Vincent has to watch.
Yeah,
what
I
she's
mean,
doing there.
just go straight up on that if you can. But it was the left hand right there of
Bowens.
Bowens.
Yeah, great move.
And
Oh, steal there
perfect.
by Macy Meyer. She's got 2 defenders, but she goes up off the glass, is fouled. Almost ran right into Larry Traeger, the photographer, underneath there.
So you're at a position down there. It's like, man, they're coming right at me. This is going to be a great photo. This is going to be epic. But man, do I turn around and protect myself instead?
Mm-hmm. So Myers at the line. She makes the first. That foul was called on number 11, Bryn Paulson for the Dutch. Her first, team second of the quarter. And Meyer makes the second. 36-5. Altline gets the ball over to Long. Nice cut there by Paulson, but the ball passes out of bounds. Checking back in for the Dutch, number 10, Avery Parks, and number 20, Julia Settles. So a couple good minutes there from Vincent, but
Yeah.
you cannot just, risk picking up that
Right.
third foul here this early in the game. Leah Brauch, the ball for the Mustangs. Out to Heigerken. Yeah, looking for those back cuts. Macy Meyer just had a great one there. as the Dutch are overplaying. Oh, nice trail there and pass by Ava Smid to Anaya Bowens.
That was the old fumble-rooski.
But Anaya just like instinctively just went cut down right down the lane, so she was available when Ava needed her. Getting into Altwine. Nice shot there
just
by Emma
can't
Walkup.
Get anything to drop for the Dutch right now.
Smid. Nice pass underneath again to Bowens. This time she looks to kick it out. Back out to Meyer. Smid for 3. She'll take it. And even she's making the threes. They're all dropping tonight. So nice 3-point bucket there by Ava Smid. Some of you Pella folks, you remember a Smid back in the day shooting 3-pointers, and that would be Ava's dad, who is a Pella native. Was a great player for the Dutch, went on and was a great left-handed shooter, a little southpaw action for Randy Smid as he played for Central College. Cameron Long up off the glass, not this time gets her own rebound up, and then this time she's fouled by Smid. So that'll be Smid's first foul of the game, and Long will go back to the line.
Smid doesn't shoot a lot of 3-pointers on the year. She's got a decent average when she does shoot it, but that's going to be part of the game that she's going to have to develop going into next year. She's going to have to start shooting 2 or 3 of those a game next year.
And Long continues to be perfect from the line as she makes the first. Checking back in for the Dutch, number 3, Emerson Wogan. And for the Mustangs, number 14, Addie Abens. And number 23, Taya Jones. Long makes the second. So 6 points, all free throws coming for Long.
There is no question that this is the best defensive effort that this Pella Dutch team has played all season. And I don't even think it's close.
Yeah, they're doing a fantastic job tonight. Anaya Bowens again,
oh my
and
God.
that goes in. Anaya Bowens is having a game. 8 points for her already tonight.
And if you can get this kind of production out of her going forward, that's a championship level team right there.
Wogan answers with a 3-point bucket of her own.
So basically, yeah, she
Called
got
offensive
her
foul.
hand up there a little bit.
So
And,
Macy Meyer with the offensive foul there. That's her first.
But the first basket basically comes with 14 minutes into the game.
Yeah. Yeah, all free throws up until that point for the Dutch. Nice cut.
Oh, man, that's a good block.
Nice cut there by Riley Park. So she is fouled, and that's going to be third on Paisley Heigerken, so she'll head to the bench.
She brought that hand down a little bit more. She's long enough and athletic enough. You don't have to do that, but it is something that's hard not to do.
Riley Parks makes the free throw. So checking back into the game for the Mustangs, number 12, Ava Smid. 2:10 left to go here in the half. Dowson Grimes leading 43-11. Parks at the line. She makes the second. Very good free throw shooting team, Pella Dutch.
Yeah, 68. They're almost at that 70% mark right there with the Mustangs.
But I think they're higher for tonight. They're doing a great
they're
job.
doing really well.
Taya Jones with the ball on the outside, baseline drive. Steps on the line. Turnover, Mustangs. I'd like Adam Jones giving Taya Jones an opportunity here with this kind of defensive pressure so that if she gets into the state tournament game, she's dealt with some of this in a high pressure situation as the freshman.
And for a freshman, she has responded everything that's been asked of her. Defense, the rebounding, the toughness. Lacks strength right now, but she will get stronger. But mentally, she's got it what it takes.
Parks kicks it out. Avery Parks with the shot. Lee Mustang ball out underneath. 1:19 left in half. cutting through. Ava Smid. Back to Macy Meyer. Macy and the roll. Anaya Bowen, she handles the pass, kicks back out. Ava Smid for three again. Not this time. Rebound, Riley Parks. Julia settles, kicks it back out. Riley Parks up top. Yeah, too high on that dribble, so carry. Turnover Dutch, 47.8 left here in the half. Substitution for the Dutch coming in, number 11, Bryn Paulson. Addie Abens into Anaya Bowens. Cross court, post to post. Not this time for Ava Smid. That was a tough angle. She was pretty far underneath the basket. Julia settles now for the Dutch.
Get a steal, score on the backside.
Carly Altline kicks it out. Paulson in the corner, gets it back to Wogan. 9 seconds on the game clock. Altwine with the ball in the corner, three-point basket. No, and that it brings us to our half. So Dallas Center Grimes leading 43-12 as we wrap up this half. Thoughts, Pat?
Defensively, I am very impressed with what the Pella Dutch, you look at the scoreboard and you don't think it's there.
Right.
And I'm telling you, it is there. The Mustangs just hit everything. The intensity in that first 5 minutes of the game was crazy. And then it kind of settled down here in that second quarter. But, man, that was the best 5 minutes of basketball. And that 5 minutes, what they put out there, might be enough to win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Mustangs with 7 3-pointers so far in the half. Well on their way to maybe pulling out that record that we've been tracking throughout the season. So at the half, we have 43-12, Mustangs leading. Again, we want to thank Schaefer's Auto Body for being one of our game sponsors. Schaefer's Auto Body, proud to provide a lifetime written warranty on all collision repairs, valid as long as you own the vehicle. So whether you need your vehicle restored after an accident or are looking for a reputable auto repair facility, Schaefer's Auto Body is here for you. We'll talk about a couple of our other sponsors here in a moment. We are going to hear one quick word from the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, and then we're going to be back with a final senior spotlight of the season.
The score of any game is generally forgotten over time,
but the actions of players, coaches, and fans are remembered.
Sportsmanship is an attitude that can have a positive influence on everyone around you.
In the stands and on the court.
How do you want to be remembered?
Support your team positively and enjoy the game.
And enjoy the game. And enjoy the game.
All right, so welcome back to Dallas Center Grimes High School, to the stable, where we have our final senior spotlight of the season tonight. We have boys basketball player senior Landon Hoppy joining us tonight. Landon, thanks for being here.
No, thank you.
We're so glad that you could join us. We've been really loving watching you play this season, but I'm going to say, and you can share with the audience, you have had a roller coaster of a season, haven't you?
Absolutely.
You have had mono, like you've had injuries, you've had sicknesses, now you have a car accident that you're kind of coming off of, and I don't know that if you started this season you would have been like, if all of these things were going to happen, you would have been shocked, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so how do you overcome adversity? Like, as you've been going through the season and some of these things have come up, what do you do sort of like to be able to walk through those things?
I would say a big thing just goes with my religion, just trusting in God and the plan that He has for me. Just taking one step at a time, knowing that I have family, friends there always for me. I have the community as always. especially with like when it comes to games, the coaching staff, just knowing I'm going to have time, they trusted me, and they're going to always be there for me to help out, especially when we have the best trainers here too.
Yeah. So Mustangs win last night over Ottumwa, get the W. So now we take on Johnston Friday night. They're at Johnston High School. Are you going to be dressing for the game? Do
Yes,
we know?
I should be good.
Okay.
I have concussion protocols going right now. We're hoping that through the 3 days, I started on Monday, get through the third day on Wednesday, and then get back into practice on Thursday, and I should be good Friday.
Okay, well, welcome. We hope that that's the case as the Mustangs get ready to take on the Dragons. What's your outlook for that game?
I'll definitely say it's going to be one of those games like Ankeny, CIML. They're a very tough conference. We know that they're going to be in our grill, and we got to be aware of that. We've been incorporating that into practice, knowing matchups and knowing they have very two good guards, and we just got to be fully aware of that. We got to be aggressive too, not just letting them have the aggression towards us. So we're definitely going to be preparing for that, just like how we did with Ankeny.
Wow. Okay, Pat's going to ask you some questions, but for our viewers at home, Landon, you transferred in last year, correct?
Yes, for my junior year.
For your junior year, okay. And you came from where?
Northwest.
Okay, Waukee Northwest. And then what has been that just sort of adjustment to being here at Dallas Center Grimes, and what's your experience been as a Mustang?
I would definitely say the playing scheme for sure. I definitely didn't get used to it. I wasn't able to play my junior year. I tore my labrum, both of my labrums completely, so I was out for the season, but just to get to know Rankin personally was something that helped me grow into a better human overall. And I definitely wasn't aware of it coming into the season, this sort of game style where it's like you don't play for your own, you're just playing with, it's definitely team first. I wasn't used to that, and I struggled with that to begin with, I'm going to be honest. And that's where, as it grew, teammates slowly helped me with that, as well as the coaching staff. And, I was just able to grow as a player just through that, just knowing that instead of just playing solo and playing for yourself, just rather playing for the team overall.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll talk more about that here in a moment. But first, let's get to know you a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Pat always has some winner questions.
Let's go 94 seconds if we can get that.
Perfect.
You know Jay Billis?
Yeah, I do.
All right. He goes.
Not personally, Pat,
right.
but
really?
he knows of
okay.
him.
Yeah, I guess I should have. You know who he is. So, how many social media followers do you have?
I want to say 600.
Jeez, that's like 3 times the average person. How much are you on social media?
Not very much, I'm going to be honest. I limit to at least an hour a day, just with Instagram mostly. But Instagram, I would probably say I'm on it most than anything.
So, any big timers in there? Shaq?
I wish. But
or somebody that I don't know who would be big. Taylor Swift?
I don't really. I think the most I can think of is J-Mac. J-Mac I was able to meet during the winter this year, and he's probably the biggest person I know just based off who he's been able to be around.
Yeah, awesome. So any hobbies? What are you doing outside of basketball and school and things like that?
I'm a very big reader, especially my Bible. Love doing that. I would like to say I journal a lot too, and then most of the time work out whenever I have time to do it.
Right on. So what's the coolest place that you've ever visited?
Ooh. I did go to Iceland this past summer. That was super fun.
Wow.
Iceland went there for a week, and we were in like the middle of nowhere. That's honestly like what I like the most is like I don't like crowded places, but it was very cool to be there. It was really weird to get like incorporated with, because during the winter they completely switch times where it's like they have sunlight for only 3 hours.
Yeah.
Or
that would be
the opposite
crazy.
way. I know,
that
it was
would
insane.
Be unusual.
It was insane.
Yeah. Any pets?
Yeah, I have 3 dogs. My mom has 2, a mini Bernedoodle and then a mini Golden Doodle. And then, my dad has the mini Bernedoodle, and then my mom has the mini Golden Doodle, and then a Wyford mini Golden Doodle too, who we just got.
Got everything going. Any pet peeves? Things that just drive you crazy?
It's hard to say. Like, I would say knowing the difference between confidence and ego, but when it comes to other people, I would say just having a high ego. I like to humble myself as best as I can, but sometimes it gets to me when people have an extremely high ego rather than having high confidence.
Right. So last one. If you could be anybody for a day, who would it be and why?
That's a really good question. It would definitely have to be an athlete. Honestly, I would say somebody like LeBron would be super cool, just one of those top athletes. So I would say LeBron, just being able to be what his position is and how busy his schedule would be.
Yeah, I'd want to be one of them curlers.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
So that's 94-ish seconds right there with Landon Hoppy.
Landon, so one of the hobbies that you did not mention but that I became aware of here in this last week is photography.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so you did kind of the media shoot for the boys track and field team. Have you been always into photography? Is this something new for you?
I'll definitely say it's something new. It's been over this past year. With me not being able to play football, I always had a camera, and I kind of wanted to put it to use. So I started going to the football games, started taking pictures, and then, as I started to learn how to do graphics and how to start editing photos, that was really cool. And I started getting exposure from it, especially after the Waukee game. And that's just when I was like, okay, this is going somewhere. Maybe I really like this. And then, especially with the one you said with the media day with track, the boys really reached out. Your son Jack mentioned about it too, and he's like, why don't you just do it? Reached out to some about it, and he really liked the idea. So that was a super cool experience to do.
Yeah, I know he really enjoyed having you shoot the team and provide some photos for them. Is that something that interests you in the future, or do you know at this point what your future plans look like after you graduate?
I definitely have a lot of options right now. Might go to Dubuque for basketball, debating that, but at the same time, I've had options where my brother, he's a senior at Iowa State, or he's a junior right now, he would be a senior, and he has opportunities for me to stay there with him, so it'd be really cool to have that 1 year with him. I definitely want to pursue photography or do sports marketing or sports management at Iowa State if I do go there. Yeah. Otherwise, possibly getting into chiropractic would be the other option.
All of those would be a great option. Oh. And you don't have to know right this second. That's what I always 100%. Try to remind everybody. You get to go, and that's part of the experience is figuring it out. So as you look back on your senior year with some of the ups and downs you had, as well as the team, how the team has grown throughout this season, we've seen it just as outside observers. What's your experience been like?
I would definitely say it was hard to adjust to me personally because that's one thing I struggled with. I felt like I was very self-focused, and I was always getting in my own head about it, but Rankin was definitely a very good coach about that and letting know that we have people around. You're not by yourself, and people are always going to be here to help you and to learn to get new to that scheme. And we did struggle at first, but we slowly grew as a team, and our communication became a ton better. Heavily relying on one person, we didn't really have to do. I mean, Chase is an amazing shooter. He's an amazing ball player, and we were able to see that on the court. So to be able to do that and still be able to incorporate everybody else on the movement on a daily basis is amazing.
I think you guys played one of the most complete games that we've seen last night, and it makes me really excited to see what's going to happen.
Absolutely, I'm very excited.
We're equally excited to see where God takes you, and 100%. We're really honored to be able to spotlight you tonight as our final senior of the season. Thank you for joining us.
No, thank you for this opportunity.
Okay, go cheer on the girls.
Yeah, I got you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
All right, so we are kicking off this second half of girls basketball. I'm Christine Megason alongside Pat O'Brien. Mustangs come out with the same starters that they did in the first half. They're in the white jerseys, moving right to left on your screen. Pella Dutch in black, moving left to right a little bit. Looks like same starters for them. So we see Michaela Vincent back in, and a block there by Vincent, recovered by Avery Parks as the Dutch get ready to move into their offense. Trailing 43-12. Steal by the Mustangs. Ava Smith going the other direction. Drive to the hoop. Looking to kick out. Addie Abens, ball movement to Leah Brauch. Three-point bucket. No. Rebound Vincent. Up ahead. Riley Parks. Back now to Avery Parks.
That's that pass we talked about yesterday. You wonder why that doesn't happen more often when you're cutting, doing back cuts and things like that. And you can't stop yourself because as the person throwing that ball, you're like, oh no, here it comes. And it's like slow motion. There's nothing you can do.
So ball into Ava Smid. Crossover and blocked by Vincent. Another nice block there by Vincent. Hopefully she'll be freed up a little bit here in the second half. So she got into early foul trouble. So
I think
bucket by Walkup.
For Pella, you get out there. Let's go see if we can win the quarter. Let's go win a minute. Let's go win a half a quarter, and then let's go win a quarter right there. Break it into small chunks. Right now, they're playing excellent basketball.
Kick out to Leah Brauch for three. No. And, if I'm Pella Dutch at this point, we've had two offensive rotations, ended up with two missed threes. You can live with that if you're the Pella Dutch, right?
Absolutely, for sure.
Convert on the other end. Checking in for the Dutch, number 12, Carly Altwine.
This is in your face. This is really good for the Mustangs. Just the toughness of what's going on right here. This is a battle that the Mustangs are having to get through on every single possession. I love the intensity that the Pella Dutch are putting out.
So Michaela Vincent picks up the foul there. That's her third, team first of this quarter. Inbound to Addie Abens. They're going right at Vincent. Up to Ava Smid. Now Macy Meyer. Nice take to the basket. Nice curl and bucket by Macy Meyer.
Yeah, when you get a lot of playing, heavy pressure like that, if you get shoulder to shoulder, you got the advantage offensively.
Up over the top. No. Steal by the Mustangs. Ava Smid. Ball up top. Picks up her dribble. Out to Brauk. Brauk in the corner. Addie Abens.
Abens can hit that shot right there. They're going to let her open at this point. You bet. We'll take it.
Kicks out. Leah Brauk from the corner. No, not this time. I think Addie could have taken that if her feet were set. She was kind of turning as she picked up that ball, so her just feet weren't in a good position for that shot. Travel, so turnover there. We have a substitution for the Dutch, number 4. So we do have some scores from around the state. Norwalk leading Independence 36-13 at the half. Carlisle leading ADM 28-4 at the half. Waverly leading Xavier 26-19 at the half.
Yeah, you can see the Class 4A. You just look at those scores, and they look pretty lopsided. It's pretty heavy at the top of the class.
One last score: Bishop Heelan, number 32, or leading 32-17 over Spencer.
Every time she shoots, I think it's going in. She reminds me of, Chase Perrin for sure. They have the same exact shot. It's slow, it's methodical, and it's money.
18 points for Meyer. Long with the ball up top for the Dutch. Nice feed there into.
Nice shot.
Walk up for the basket. Feed into Heigerken. In the hook shot. But Bowens with the rebound back up, and she's fouled. Man, what a great game here by Anaya Bowens. She has 10 now on the night.
This is what we were talking about at the beginning. Somebody's going to have to be big. You know what you're going to get out of Meyer. You know what you're going to get out of some of the big tires, Smid and everybody else out there, Brauk. But it's going to be Addie Abens, it's going to be Bowens, it's going to be that crew and Heigerken that end up just.
Yeah, what are you going to get from your bench?
Yeah, these are the kids that really win championships.
So the foul was called on Cameron Long. That's her first. Puts Bowens at the line, misses the free throw. Substitution in the game for the Dutch, number 11, Bryn Paulson, and number 20, Julia Settles. Altwine with the ball up top, back to Long. Guarded by Heigerken. Nice take there by Long, but the ball, basket doesn't drop. She gets back on defense. Addie Abens, drive to the hoop. She goes all the way up and good. Addie Abens.
That play right there by Addie Abens in the first 3 or 4 games, she would not have taken that shot. She would have looked to pass somewhere else. That's the mentality change that we've seen out of some of these kids right here and why you play these games right now.
Yeah, growth throughout the season, right? Rebound there by the Mustangs as they go on the offense. Little over 3 minutes left here in this third quarter. Mustangs were hot shooting, fire shooting from 3. Addie Abens with their second bucket there to kick off the game, and it's cooled down a little bit from there.
It was raining threes, now it's raining layups.
Nice pass up over the top there to walk up. The shot does not fall, so Mustangs go the other direction. Pass up ahead. Addie Abens, 3 for 3.
Jesus, Abens tearing this up right here.
3 in the row there by Abens. That's when you can get, when you have your post players running the floor, you know you've got something good. And Macy Meyer gets the steal. She goes coast to coast and the bucket.
There's nobody better that I have seen that anticipates passes like Macy Meyer does. Everything she does, she has the ball in mind. Just watch her eyes and how she plays defense and where she's at. She's anticipating, gets a steal right there.
Yeah, knocked the ball away there.
It should be a kick ball, but they're going to call a foul on her.
Oh, so another one on Paisley Heikirk, so that's 4 for her now. She feels like she's been in the wrong place at the wrong time there, Paisley Heikirk. So we've got quite a few substitutions that are coming into the game. I see number 3, Emerson Wogan came in. Number 1, Riley Parks back in the game. Michaela Vincent is back in the game. For the Mustangs, number 22, Paige Harvey. 34, Tessa Jones. Ava Smid. Paisley Heikirk stays in the game, but number 23, Taya Jones comes in.
Well, she's probably going to be out here in a little bit, so the fouls are not going to be a problem. Oh, goodness.
We have a foul here by number 34, Tessa Jones, so that's her third. So Jones with 3, Heikirk with 4. On the other side, Dutch Riley Parks has 3, Michaela Vincent has 3. Mustangs leading by 40. Continual clock at this point. Bryn Paulson, nice feed down. Oh, and wow, what a recovery there by Riley Parks. So she's able to get that ball up off the ground, up to the hoop and the basket. Kick out, Paisley Heikirk for 3. No, too long. Tessa Jones saves it though, and it goes off the Dutch. Oh, it looked like it went right off the Dutch there. So anyway, it'll be Dutch ball on the side. Checking in for Pella, number 10, Avery Parks. Under 30 seconds to go here in this quarter. Up over the top to Vincent. Nice feed, nice pass there into Vincent. She is fouled on the backside there by 23, Taya Jones, her first. So the basket by Vincent is good. And she makes the free throw, completes the 3-point play. And she takes the Dutch total there up to 23. Ava Smid drives to the hoop. A lot of contact as she goes through there, but is the turnover for the Mustangs as they call traveling violation. That brings us to the end of the third quarter as the Mustangs lead 58-23. Close quarter if you look at the scores there, just about 15-11.
Yeah, that's really probably the closest quarter that they've played in the, 10 quarters now that we've played.
Yeah. We want to thank Grimes Plaza Veterinary Clinic for sponsoring tonight's live stream. They're a family-owned veterinary clinic right here in Grimes. Their experienced team offers compassionate care for pets of all ages. They take the time to explain care options and keep every pet healthy and happy. With a focus on lifelong care, Grimes Plaza Veterinary Clinic is a trusted partner for you and your furry family members. You can visit them at grimesvet.com. Our third sponsor of the night is the DCG Track and Field Club. They're a USA Track and Field youth club open to second graders through 12th graders, boys and girls interested in competitive track and field offering. That's where my son started way back in the day, Pat.
Yep.
While it's a competitive club, coaches continually emphasize effort over results. Their 2026 season runs April through June, and practice will begin in April. So registration is happening now. You can get all the information at DCGTrackFieldClub.com. So thanks to them, Schaefer's Auto Body and the Grimes Plaza Vet for being the sponsors of tonight's live stream. As we enter into this fourth quarter, Dallas Center Grimes leading 58-23. I'm Christine Megason along with Pat O'Brien. On the call tonight, we have some substitutions in for the Mustangs. Number 3, Tenley Heigerken, so she was just called there for the travel. Dutch will have the ball on the other end, and checking back in for the Mustangs, number 24, Paisley Heigerken. So we've got the Jones sisters and the Heigerken sisters in the game today.
We had an opportunity earlier in the year for this scenario, and somebody wasn't in there. Probably Tessa wasn't in the game at that time. So it's interesting to see this right here.
Well, and we have Paige Harvey in the game too, whose sister is also on the team, but she's not on the varsity roster right now. So she is not in the game. Otherwise, it could have been tried to get all 6 sisters in at some point. Paige Harvey, post move, crosses back over, up high off the glass. No. Rebound, Avery Parks.
Whoops.
Riley Parks up off the glass, nice move. Good bucket there by Riley Parks. Tessa Jones up ahead to Paisley Heigerken, gets it into Paige Harvey. Kicks it back out, Tessa Jones for 3. No. Rebound Vincent. She gets it to Riley Parks as the Dutch go the other direction. Love that. Walk up.
What the heck is going on here?
Well, so Walkup is kind of driving to the basket, throws the ball up over her head, continues momentum into Tessa Jones, which I think Tessa Jones was hoping for the charge, but then Tessa Jones ended up getting called for a block on that. So that was unusual. Substitutions for the Mustangs, number 4, Hayden Smith, and number 32, Denali Amos. Into Vincent, tipped away by Harvey. Cameron Long up top. She drives to the hoop, up high off the glass. She's fouled. So the foul is on number 3, Tenley Heigerken. Her first, team second of the quarter. That puts Long at the line. Long makes the first. Lots of free throws for Long tonight. She's got 7 already. Checking in, number 13, Mariah Reynolds into the game for the Dutch. Long free throw, rebounded, Hayden Smith, but then Mariah Reynolds trying to get the ball and stepped out of bounds, so it will be Mustangs ball. Some of our JV team members getting some playing time now. Good opportunity as we go into postseason. So Tenley Heigerken lost the ball here. Jump ball possession is with Pella. Checking in for the Dutch, number 24, Evelie Van Zee.
Tenley Heigerken is like the definition of chaos. Everywhere there is chaos, everywhere she is.
Well, we've mentioned about her before in the fall. She dual sported volleyball and cross country and just happened to be, the third place runner at the state cross country meet.
Yeah, why not, right?
And then now she's doing basketball. And then in the spring, I learned this week that she's going to do soccer and track and field.
I'll tell you, soccer is one of the more demanding sports you'll ever know physically. I mean, it's just the running and the contact and everything there is. And then you throw track on there. She probably doesn't have to practice any of them.
Yeah, she doesn't even need to do track workouts because she's got all the soccer running that's happening.
Yep, riding time.
So Walkup's drive to the hoop because she's fouled by Paige Harvey, her first, team fourth. Bryn Paulson back in the game, as well as number 14, Ella Tausi. Steal by the Mustangs. And then Taya Jones loses it right off her leg, so it'll be remain Dutch ball. Checking in For Pella, number 12, Carly Altwine.
Well, a lot of these players we're going to be seeing here again next year. You got Cameron Long. She'll be taking her talent somewhere else. Maybe she'll be playing somewhere in college here. But only a couple other seniors out there. So most of these kids will be playing here again next year.
So tipped away by the Mustangs, and then they throw it away. So Dutch have the ball. Another opportunity here. Bryn Paulson with the ball up top. Nice recovery there. Altline, her shot's no good. It goes off the Dutch for the rebound, so Pella will keep that ball. Checking in, number 5, Lizzie Vandervoort. Bryn Paulson into Vandervoort. Paulson back in the corner. Up over the top. Nice pass into Evelie Van Zee for the bucket.
Yeah, look at the Dutch bench right there. They know that the game's obviously over right now, but to see somebody succeed,
yeah,
it means something.
We saw that last night in the boys' game when foreign exchange student Namish Khatri gets in the game, and they just were setting him up. Like they were just screening to give him the ball at the three-point line and just letting him shoot over and over again. And even Ottumwa's coach and players were, along for that adventure. And he makes the three-point basket, and the place erupted. DCG did a really nice little story on that today.
And what did he say after the game?
He said it was the best moment of his life.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about right there. That's why you put all that time in, all that effort, energy, and stuff like this, just to see if you can get that one moment, and he was able to fulfill it.
Inbound to Mariah Reynolds for the Dutch. We do have another substitution that has come in, number 25, Anna Dobson. So both teams having an opportunity for some players who maybe don't get as much playing time to have their moment. Feeded into the post, knocked away by the Mustangs, Tenley Heigerken. A minute left to go here in this ball game. Hayden Smith to Denali Amos. Back to Hayden Smith. Nice cut there, Taya Jones. Back to Amos, looking to get it into Harvey. Up and good. Paige Harvey, senior, gets a bucket in this sub-state final game. 35 seconds until we're headed to the Casey Center. Three-pointer, Mariah Reynolds. Rebounds off the Mustang, so it'll be Dutch ball underneath. Into Reynolds. Tipped away, Denali Amos. Amos up off the basket. Foul was on number 14, Ella Tausi, her first. Team first of this quarter. That'll put Amos at the line. Misses the first one. And she misses the second. Gets her own rebound, kind of tossed it back to her teammate. Goes out of bounds, and that's the ball game. So Dallas Center Grimes pulls out the victory tonight. The final score of 60-28. Pella falls to 13-9 to wrap up their season under Coach Blaine Forsyth. And Dallas Center Grimes now improves to 21-2, punching their ticket to the state tournament. We again want to thank Schaefer's Auto Body, Grimes Plaza Veterinary Clinic, and the DCG Track and Field Club for their sponsorship of tonight's live stream. We want to thank the Booster Club from Dallas Center Grimes, Mike Bynum, and all of our student staff, as well as myself, Christine Megason, and Pat O'Brien for providing this live stream for everyone tonight and throughout this whole season. We've had a good year together, Pat. It's been fun. We've had some really, really good games. It's been fun to do this with you again, partner, this year. Thanks to all the people, especially Mike Bynum, Ella Bynum, who make this production possible. So we're going to go down to the floor now as we watch the championship banners being presented to the team as the Mustangs are headed to state again starting next week. For our live stream staff, we want to say thanks for watching and go Mustangs.
We're going to watch both coaching staffs wait until every player from their team comes through and they shake each other's hands. They're two quality class programs, and the Pella Dutch will finish their season 13-10. They start 4 juniors and play 3 underclassmen, so they'll be back. I do want to take a minute to say thank you to their 6 seniors, Mr. Hogan, Cameron Long, Mariah Reynolds, Katie Sheckle, Lisa Beers, Natalie Van Zee. Girls, I don't know you, but I think you signed up into this program, and that matters to the people that are sitting behind me, it matters to the coaches, it matters to your teammates, it matters to your town. So thank you, and thank you to all you girls who put in such an effort all season long, and congratulations on a good season and good luck next year. Ladies and gentlemen, for the 9th time and the 6th time in a row, the DCG Mustangs are headed